Oh, thank you.
Okay. I'll push the live button in 3, 2, 1, and then let's go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And we're here live with Juan from NeftyBlocks. Hi, Juan.
Hi, Nick.
It's nice to have you on. So there's something pretty big happening in a few days that you've been working on for a long time, and I thought, well, let's have a chat about it. There will be a banner on one of my websites to promote it, and I think it will start tomorrow to show up. So I thought,
Yes,
well,
cool.
it's such a complex product, right? There are so many things attached to it. A simple banner cannot convey all that information. So I thought it would be nice to do like a small stream to talk to you about it and get some more info, right?
Yes, cool. Absolutely. I think this is really something you cannot, yeah, you cannot explain with a single sentence. It needs much more than that.
Yeah, and I have the white paper pulled up as well. So there are 14 pages of info, but I still had some questions. So I was like, okay, we can go through a few of those and get some more info.
Great.
Uh, but maybe let's first get back to you, because you're one of the co-founders of NeftyBlocks, right?
Yes,
And
yes, indeed.
you guys started early this year, right?
We started with NeftyBlocks, yeah, in April. We started
That's
April this
such a
year.
short time ago. It feels everything feels like it's forever in crypto, but it's same like with Atomic Hub only being just over a year old. You guys are just a few months old. It's crazy to see how fast everything goes.
Yeah, everything moves. I think 3 days in crypto is like 1 year in real life.
Yeah, for sure. Let's open your website here for a bit, and I'll show the people who don't know it yet. NeftyBlocks is a tool site for the Wax blockchain. Do you have plans to expand that to others? Maybe similarly based ones like EOS or even completely different blockchains?
I think we have more plans to expand indeed, and I think that uh, I think EOS will not be our first choice, but we do want to expand, and I think to be honest, Ethereum looks like something very interesting because of the volumes in Ethereum. But I don't know if it's the most interesting blockchain. But for example, exploring Polygon or the Tesos the Tesos NFT marketplace, yeah, that's something that might be interesting for us in the. I would not say immediate future, but mid-term, that's something that we will definitely consider.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work to expand, right? And there's still so much that you want to do with the product that you're building right now.
Yes, I think we still have a lot to offer in the Wax ecosystem.
Yeah.
So
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 quickly
yeah,
for
maybe
yeah, I can't imagine that people that are into Wax have not seen it yet, but just a quick summary. NeftyBlocks is a site where collection owners can easily sell their NFTs, create drops, create listings, and do some special stuff as well. Um, it used to be very hard for collection owners to create drops, right? In back when
yes.
there was only Atomic Hub. I pulled up one of the articles from our friend Anders that made like a tutorial step by step of all the things that you have to do to get a drop up on Atomic Hub. So it involved a lot of like either posting JSON or setting things up in blocks and having to know exactly how to format it exactly. And there was a lot of
Yes.
involved, as you can see from the scrolling page here. So, um, like me, you guys were like, this can be simpler. This has to be simpler. And you guys made tools for collection owners to easily make drops, right? So if you're a collection owner, you can go to Manage Collection, and here you can just create a new drop. And the cool thing is, it's not only because you have your own drops on NeftyBlocks, but there's also a way for you to create Atomic Hub drops. I see that
Yeah,
you,
that's really how we started. We started by only allowing the configuration of atomic drops. That's yeah, that was the original purpose. When we started, it was only a set of tools to make your life easier on Atomic. I think that we never thought that we were going to grow on this direction, and yeah, things have been very fast and shifting from what we originally thought that NeftyBlocks was going to be.
Oh, that's interesting because I didn't know that. I thought you made those tools later. But so it started out as just a tool site.
Yeah, the idea is we can have our own collection. We have alpaca words, and
Hmm.
the idea was to have tools that helped us manage our own collection in an easier way.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, a lot of people started using the tools very almost immediately and adopting them. So we started coming up with new things, and it started growing in a yeah. To be honest, much faster than what we expected.
Yeah, it always goes like that, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember the first drop that I created. Um, like I also made tools for other products, and people donated to that, and I wanted to give something back to the people that donated, and I was like, okay, I'm going to make a collection, I'm going to send out an NFT as a thank you to those people, and I followed Anders' document, and I had like 7 errors, but I got there in the end, and I created the drop, and then the drop went live, and I got a RAM error because RAM works differently than they intended, because that's
Yeah.
also, if you go to the NFT creator, it will show you the RAM here for your personal account. But if you create a drop, the collection has to have RAM. So that's also something that you
Yes.
guys manage, I think. Let me see. Nefty
Yes.
drop and atomic drops RAM. Yeah. So that's something that's also. I think it's just really cool that you guys put up all those utilities. And this is actually how I found you, because I saw some drops happening on Nefty drops before I created my own collection. And I was like, okay, it's a competitor to Atomic Hub. I didn't pay much attention to it back then. And then I went to the whole drop creation process, and I'm like, okay, I have to create tooling for this because this is horrendous. And then Anders gave me like a hint of, hey, did you check out Nefty drops? And I was like, okay, let me go check. And then I found out that you had the whole utility that I wanted to build was already there. So like, okay, that saves me some time. The guys at Nefty made it, and I think after that we started talking a bit and see more. So it's really cool to see how it grows. So was
Yeah,
the
and there's a lot of room for improvement there because what we have
sure,
it's still not as usable as we would like it to be.
yeah, but you have other priorities right now. It's still it's a big improvement from where it came from, right? So
Yes, I agree, but I think that it still has to improve further, and yeah, those are things that will be that we will be tackling in the future, and not only for the drops, but for everything. I think all over the website there are many improvement points that we need to address.
yeah, yeah, sure. But you all know that, and I'm sure it will be taken care of in time. So, um, but yeah, I just wanted to go back to see how it started. So you started making the tools, and after that, did you start just for yourself for the Alpaca Worlds drop, or was it another collection that asked, "Hey man, can you provide an alternative for
No,
us?"
it was for alpaca words, and the first version was not even a website. It was only a command line
Okay.
tool, which we still use internally when we configure pre-minted packs for collections and complex things, or when we configure collections with one-of-one NFTs. We still use the command line to do that. It's faster than going to the web UI, but yeah, we moved from the command line to the website, especially because one of my daughters was helping us with the collection, and for her it was too difficult to use the command
Yeah.
line tool. So we said, okay, let's build an interface for this.
Yeah, it's always the near and dear ones that helps you push to do some stuff. It's like how I
Yeah,
made the Alien Worlds, the setback tool. I made that for my wife because she played on her phone and it was impossible for her to do the contract stuff. So yeah,
yeah.
that's funny. She draws the alpacas, right? Your daughter, or
That's my other daughter,
ah,
the
okay.
one who's drawing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
But you have the whole I remember this from the live stream you did with Anders a while back. You have the whole family involved, and yeah, that's really cool.
yeah. Everybody's involved here. It's fun.
So to get back to the token, it will launch in a few days, and there's a lot to talk about there. From what I could tell, like the basic idea for the token was threefold. I think it was like to raise capital to fund development long term, to have a way to monetize some of the features that you have. So the more elaborate features, you require collections to stake some Nefty to use them,
Yes.
right?
Yes, but the idea there is not really to charge collections to use the feature. The idea was how can we allow collections to use the premium features without having really to pay for that. And we came up with this: if you stake your Nefty token, then you gain access to the features. And if you unstake your Nefty token, well, you will lose access to the features, but you can get your tokens back and sell them back for wax if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, it's not really paying. It's like yeah,
Yeah,
I would say more like showing you are committed to the platform.
yeah. It's a bit like the wax CPU system, right?
Yes, something like that.
I read something about a Nefty King in here. I was curious what that
Yes.
was.
Yeah, this is something that we haven't developed yet. But the idea with the Nefty Kings is that we want to show there the collections that are most involved on NeftyBlocks, not only by creating drops and only that and blends and so on, but people who are really proposing new features, who are really bringing in new ideas on how we can grow the platform, how we can benefit the collectors and other collections. So that's something we want to do. As one of the other uses of the token will be to request features and vote for features.
Yeah.
And out of that and all of the participation of collections, we will define who are the Nefty Kings, people who are really adding to the ecosystem.
So will that be based on like total volume stake or more like the burn rate of the token for that person? Or because there's a lot of stuff here and I think I'm going all over the place, so sorry for that. But one of the things that you have is like the staking and the liquidity mining. So there's a very complex system, at least from how I read it, uh, because there's so many data points that are not visible right now. Do you plan to make like a dashboard where you can see all the underlying data for those calculations? Because you have a system where you take into account Nefty that's used to buy stuff, and Nefty that's staked, the levels of staking. So there are all sorts of parts of data out there. Like if you go to Atomic Hub, you can see how much wax you spent on stuff that you bought. That's not there for NeftyBlocks yet, but it will be used for the calculation for those weekly payouts, right? Because there will
Yes.
be a weekly payout of 150,000 Nefty, I think, that will be divided.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And we will divide it initially 50-50 between sellers and buyers. That
Okay.
percentage might be shifted at some point, because at some point it might be that we need to encourage more sales, and at some point we might have to encourage more on the buyer side.
Mm.
So that will be adjusted dynamically. Right now we don't have a fine-tuned algorithm for that, but we expect to develop that over time and have something that ideally get to the point where this adjustment takes place automatically, depending on the behavior of both sides of the platform. But that's yeah, that's let's say
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
come later.
It will be a work in progress.
Yeah.
As for the value of the Nefty token, right? You price it at around an eighth of a dollar at the most expensive, and like, yeah, you can see it here in the table, about a tenth there. 10% of the money raised will be used to open a liquidity pool on Alcor.
Yes.
At what rate will you set that, the price, like for one Nefty token? Do you have an idea?
We will set it at at the highest point, which I think it's 0.125 cents of USD.
Okay, and that converted back to the price of wax at that time. And okay,
Yes, so we will deposit a certain amount of wax, a certain amount of Nefty, well, with equivalent values, and from there we will see
Yeah.
What happens? Then it's up to the market to
Yeah.
decide.
Because as I said, there's so much stuff in here. One of the things is that you airdrop Nefty to people that
Yes.
participated before, that created drops, that bought stuff as well. There are some pretty Nefty rewards in there for like 250 Nefty, which is just over 30 USD in value. So I think that was pretty cool. One of the things that I was really curious about is there's a part where you say you can do sales for your NFTs for the Nefty token, right? So you can list it because right now in Atomic Hub you can say, and on NeftyBlocks as well, you can say we want to sell a drop for wax or for dust, right? So you will open up a third option there for Nefty. I think actually wax, there is another marketplace that offers to sell in TLM. I can't remember the wax stash is that, I think. They allow you to
Yes.
sell your NFTs for TLM. So that will be like the fourth token that can be used in marketplaces right now. And what you said is, at least in here, is that if you list it for Nefty, you can opt to either get paid in the Nefty or to have it automatically converted to wax.
Yes.
But that would mean that you buy the equivalent amount from the LP, right?
Yes, exactly. We will go to the pool and buy wax with Nefty, basically.
Yes.
Sell Nefty to get wax.
But won't that drive the price down for the Nefty token on the LP?
Yes, but on the other hand, to pay with Nefty, you have to buy Nefty first.
Yeah,
And that
true.
drives the price up.
But there's like,
So,
yeah, but that only works if like the weekly spend in Nefty would exceed the 150,000 that you drop, right?
yes.
So I'm really curious to see how that plays out with all the. Did you do models of it? How it would?
We did a couple of models, and as with every model, we don't know if it will match real life. But
Yeah.
let's hope it does.
Okay, because it's quite a lot. Like let's say that the value stays at those rates, like an eighth of a USD. That's over 18,000 USD worth of Nefty that gets paid out every week. That's a lot.
It's let me check how much is it.
It's 150k divided by 8, right?
Yes, it's like 18,000 USD, 19,000 USD per week, indeed.
Yeah. Those are some big numbers. Well, not in the grand scales, but yeah, I'm really curious to see how it will all pay out and plan out.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about the Nefty token?
You know, the part that for me the best part is involving collections in defining the future of NeftyBlocks, being able to propose features. And when I mean propose features, is not, oh, do this small modification to the Super Blender or add this small thing here. I would like to see people come with big proposals, like things that we haven't really thought of, and say, oh, guys, we should do this. And then really start adding more gamification to the collections, or adding tools where multiple collections can participate together and bring more value to collectors. I don't know. That's what I would really like to see happening.
Yeah, that's something that I saw. Getting back to Anders again, he was really happy to see the cross collection stuff, and it was like, well, it's not that hard. It's just you take NFTs and you send them out, but it's cool that nobody thought of it and you made it accessible like that. It's just, I like that you think in a different way to see just what are the things that you can do, not just what you can do right now, but just look at the raw stuff. It's like, okay, we have a bunch of NFTs. Sure, we can pack them up into a pool and send them out, right? That must have been the thought, or right?
Yeah, it was something like that, and we said, okay, how can we reward everybody who's participating while involve some collections in doing this? And to be honest, it has been a huge success. People are really eager to get those packs, and more collections are contacting us. Am I still on time to join? And unfortunately, right now it's too late.
Yeah.
But we are thinking, okay, we need to make a second edition of the cross collection packs, maybe with a different mechanics to make it interesting again. But
Yeah,
yeah, we have to do something like that. I think it's something that will add a lot of value on the wax ecosystem.
I could easily see that be like a monthly or a bi-monthly thing where you just take a bunch of popular collections and drop a bunch of packs. Just like
Yeah,
people like
but
blind bags, right? And this is even more of a like when you open a pack, there's always, oh, will I pull a mythic? Now you don't even know what kind of collection you will get.
yeah, but you know, you said something there with popular collection, but I think that we should also include some small collections or
Yes.
new artists that we see that have potential, but that are not well known yet. So I think that finding a nice balance between known collections and cool collections that are just starting, that will be even better, because then we will help the
Mhm.
newcomers to start growing in the chain.
Yeah, that is true. It's something that I try to do myself as well because I don't know if I told you before, but like when I showed wax to my wife, she really fell in love with it, and she was like every morning she was browsing all the cheapest NFTs on Atomic Hub. Just see what are the cheapest ones out there because there are the like the unknown gems that nobody cares or seen about.
Yes.
So and what she would do is send me an NFT every day. Just
That's
something
cool.
nice, yeah. But that's also the way how I discovered like Roar. You know Jose from Roar as well, right? And his wife,
Yeah.
and Lumpia Gang, and the Food Monsters, and there are just a bunch of smaller collections that do really cool stuff. And uh,
Yes.
every time that I find a collection like that, I always try to plug them left and right because I think they deserve more attention. And having like a variety pack like that can really help. But I think there has to be a good balance there because there will always be people that will be disappointed when they get an unknown collection. So maybe I think
Yes.
you should maybe do 2 or 3 kinds of packs. One with the big names, one with just up and comers, right? Hey, this is your chance to discover something cool. Set the price
Yeah.
accordingly, of course, and some that are adventurous that want like a blend of the two. I think that might be something to shoot for because what you don't want is that
Yeah.
somebody buys a pack and gets disappointed because they got some collection that they're unaware of. There will always be people that are not open to that. So I think finding a way to
Absolutely.
prevent a bad experience there is also important. But I
Yeah, I
also
think
know
that
there
that's
are
also.
there are also people that are just dying to find new stuff. So I'm sure there's actually a good market for finding just the packs with unknown stuff. Because I've been, I think, have you seen the K chat on Telegram?
I have seen it, but I'm not
Okay.
involved.
Lots of collections pass through there, like small people that draw stuff. And I've seen really, really cool stuff pass by there that I've not seen anywhere else. So if I wasn't in that chat, I would not have discovered a lot of those cool things. And I think a lot of those collections would really be a cool thing to add to one of those variety packs. I'm actually looking forward to you guys just make it a thing, just monthly or bi-monthly, release something like the Discover Wax Projects pack and maybe something like a highlight reel for the big ones. I think that would be
Yeah,
really cool.
that's something we definitely want to keep on doing. Indeed.
But maybe I have to pay 1,000 Nefty to suggest that, right?
No, I don't know. I don't
Nah,
know.
just
It's
kidding. But that's the fee, right? It's the 1,000 Nefty or $128, $125 to suggest a feature. And I think that also like weeds out some of the bullshit stuff that you would get otherwise, right? Because
yes.
price-wise, it's no way near to cover even time to look at it properly. But it's like a threshold to filter quality.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's a filter so that people really propose something that they have thought and that they really think that will benefit others, because other collections will also have to vote to get that bill.
Yeah. And the
But
voting, sorry, yeah. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah, otherwise, I can imagine a lot of people asking for very stupid things and us having to go through an extensive list of
Hmm.
nonsense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For the voting, I see like there's a point system. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it will be free to vote, or will it consume a part of the Nefty as well?
No, it will be free to vote as long as you are staking level 2 or 3. You can vote, no problem. The level 3 has double the
Double.
weight
Yeah.
of a level 1 collection in terms of vote power.
Yeah. Okay. It's all very reasonable. I just thought like um, the one thing that you can run into is that people that have staked anyways will just click something to vote because they can. So
Yeah,
I wonder if it would be smart to have like a tiny, just like with the feature request, to have a small threshold there. But
might be.
you'll notice
You
that
might be right.
fast enough. I think. Yeah, after the
Yeah,
first few votes, you will see.
yeah, I do that myself. For example, this morning there was a vote on where was that? An auto farm or something on a BSC, and
Hmm.
there was a vote. I was not even aware of that, but I'm staking. Let's vote, and I
Yeah.
don't even remember what I voted. So
Yeah.
yeah, that risk is there indeed.
Yeah. So I maybe just like the tiniest amount of, it can be like 10 Nefty, just to make it a conscious decision to vote.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense indeed. And those are things uh, that we have the white paper, and the white paper outlines everything the way we think it should be, but it doesn't mean that we cannot adjust things a little bit in the future, because we have to make it yeah, everything has to make sense and be functional in real life. So
Yeah.
yeah, we might have to adjust some things. We don't want to do changes that are breaking changes. We should always follow the initial idea, but yeah, adjustments I think will be needed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not all set in stone, right? It's just
Yeah,
I just like to think about stuff like that. And
yeah,
you
no,
could
it's very good observations
yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, you could even make it like if the feature gets executed or chosen, that you refund the paid amount to vote or something. But yeah, I'm sure you'll work it out.
Yeah, that's also something that can happen. Yeah.
In that new crossover pack that will happen, and I think I should probably just open this one. Um, what was the name of your collection again? Nef- there was a.
It's on got Nefties. But if you go right now, I think that if you want to see the contents, you can go
This one, yeah.
to collab.nefty. If you check the profile of collab.nefty, you can see there all
The
NFTs that will
NFTs,
be inside
yeah.
the pack.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly talk about these ones because I qualify for one more, I think. I got the Andos one, didn't qualify for any of the others, but there will be Crypto Monkeys that I can unlock. Um, so you get this Pioneer Pass, and then you can blend that later, right?
Yes,
And what was it
you
again?
you have to you must have one Pioneer Pass
Mm-hmm.
and one of the Betsies from the community sale,
Ah,
because the token sale will happen as an NFT sale. There will be 3 different packs, and when you open the packs, you will get one NFT plus the amount of tokens that you bought, um, and that NFT will be blendable with the Pioneer Pass to get one of the cross collection packs.
okay. I was looking if I could quickly find the names of the Nefties in each pack, but I got lost. It was listed, right? The
Yes,
type.
it's in the list, but I can
Bits?
tell you that it's the smaller pack is the collector, and it has 400 Nefty. The
Yeah,
artist has 1300 Nefty, and the whale has
3200.
3200 Nefty.
And they have there was something with, because there's also like a raffle system in there as well, right? With the, let me
Yes,
see.
there
Oh,
are 128 artists
yeah.
inside the collectors. There are 64 whales inside the artists, and there is one golden Betsy inside inside
The whale.
the whale. Yes, there's one golden Betsy there, and there is also one golden Betsy in the cross collection packs, and the
Oh.
Golden Betsy is worth 32,000 Nefty.
Yeah, that's a hefty amount.
Yes.
That's a lot.
And something we decided, I think yesterday or the day before, we will include also some collector packs inside the cross collection packs. So
Ah, nice.
yeah, so there will be a small chance of getting a little bit extra there.
Um,
Yeah.
how many NFTs will be in the cross collection pack? So you blend one for every pack that you buy here. You need a Pioneer Pass, and you can blend it. Is there a different outcome for each type?
The, in the pack there will be 3 NFTs, and
Okay.
you don't know from which collections they will be.
Okay. Because do all those packs have the same Betsy NFT, or there's a different one for each pack, right? Like the artist,
Yes, there
whale,
are.
and collector.
Yeah, there are different Betsies, but for blending purposes, they will all be worth exactly the same. So
Okay.
you can blend any of them and get the same result. Something that will be challenging is that there are less cross collection packs than Betsies and Pioneer passes. So people will have to be
Quick.
fast to try to grab one.
Yeah, that's also cool. Because there's like just below 10,000 Pioneer Passes, I think, right? There were like
I
9,700 or
think there
something.
will. I think there will be a little bit more because there are 2 drops that are not configured yet, and
Okay.
one is from Ultra Rare.
Ooh.
Yes, Ultra Rare will also be there. So
Is that
apart
a
from them,
is that a how do you call it? Primeur is it in Dutch? Is that new news, or do people know that already?
people didn't know that already. We
Okay.
were talking about this with them, but they were very busy with their previous release.
Mhm.
And I told them, guys, if you still can make it, we
Yeah.
will wait for your NFTs. And they contacted me today, and they
Wow,
said,
that's
here
awesome.
are the NFTs.
That
Okay, cool.
that is awesome. I really like the guys from Ultra Rare. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I love what they do. So this is very nice having them also there. And our own collection, we are so focused on the Nefty token right now that Alpaca Works still has to create
Yeah.
the drop for the Pioneer passes, and we will release it this afternoon.
I know the feeling, man. There's always so much that you want to do, and especially like the, this this wax blockchain and the NFTs. There are so many possibilities. It's like for everything that I complete, I have at least 150 new things that I want to do.
Yes.
It's
What we
it's
don't have is enough time to build everything that.
yeah, exactly. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm just thinking like, who would blend a whale NFT to get the same pack as a collector NFT, right? It feels like a shame.
Yeah, but I think that the one that really is a shame is the Golden Betsy,
Yeah,
because there are only 2 Golden Betsies,
you don't
and it will
accept
be
that for the
blendable.
blend. Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know, but it's possible to do it if you want.
You just want to see the world burn.
But in the end, there are only 2 Golden Betsies. If someone burns one, the other one will be like,
Yeah, it will become a one of one. Yes.
yeah, a very special one.
I have two. Let's blend one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so stupid because I have like there's this game Alien Ships, and I ran a promo for them, and he sent me some of the autopilots. It's like you blend them with the ship and you get a new type of ship. But I have mint 1, 2, and 3 of those. But they're used only for blending. But I can't put myself to blend them. So I have
Yeah.
them, and I have ships that I want to blend, but I'm like, I can't blend these mint number 1, 2, and 3. It's like it feels sacrilegious.
Yeah, you know, when we released the packs for our collection for Alpaca Awards, we had a problem like that because in the packs you were able to obtain all the commons, the uncommons, and some like catalyzers that were only used in blends. And when you went to the blend, you were able to get the mythics, the legendary, the most special cards. But we made a mistake uh, in design, and we opened the blends immediately after pack opening. Well, at the same time. So people were opening the packs and going immediately to the blend, but they didn't even knew the
The,
mint numbers yet.
mm-hmm, yeah.
So more than once it happened that number mint ones and mint two were burned to get one of the nice
Yeah.
NFTs. So yeah,
You live and you learn, but yeah, it feels bad.
yeah, exactly.
Ah, I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I wanted to ask. Um, I think all of my questions that I had were answered. I'm just really looking forward to see like the whole breakdown of these are all your purchases and that's this many points for the pool and you stake this and now you have X amount of points. The total pool is Y, so this will be your income for the next payout every week. So I think you should work on that very
Yeah.
quickly. Or is there a way to have that data easily accessible? Because I don't. Do you keep track of all the sales and purchases in a table already?
We do. We had to. We extended the Atomic API to keep track of all of our sales, and that's an open source contract because their contract states that if
Mm-hmm.
you modify it, you have to publish as open source, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what we did. So our modifications to the Atomic API are also public. Anybody can find them on GitHub, and there we keep track of all of that, and we also are tracking some additional data that does not belong there in another API that we created.
Okay. So is that in standard wax table somewhere that everybody can query, or is it private?
There is part that is private and
Okay.
part that is public because all of what are rewards that will be public, but many of the operations that we are registering to make the calculation, it will be too much. We don't think it's worth saving all the details
Mm-hmm.
on the blockchain.
Okay. I was just thinking if I get inspired, if I could build the tool before you do. Because if all the data is there and I don't have to go back to like blocks from April to calculate all the transactions and
That's something I was just discussing with Jose this morning. Yeah, developing something sometimes it's not that hard, but then having the filler get all the transactions, the past transactions in, takes a lot of time to synchronize and yeah.
yeah, maybe some of the bigger block producers can help you with getting the data. That's also I nearly forgot. You guys want to become block producers. You guys want to give up the rest of your
Yes.
sleep that you get.
Yeah, and we already have our infrastructure. It has been working for a while now. We have 4 servers and we have a global load balancer. Now part of our servers handle the load from America and the US and all that side of the world. We have servers in France also and in Germany to handle the European part. And yeah, we are pretty happy with what we have.
You did that for the Atomic API, right? Because of all the strict limits, or
Yes.
yeah.
Initially, we were relying on the public APIs, but yeah, it was not as reliable as we expected. So that's why we have our own infrastructure now, and we say, okay, we have everything we should apply to become a guild.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of work and responsibility because I've mentioned his name 3 times already, I think, but I keep close contact with Anders and I see all the trouble that he goes to keeping all the servers running and everything that's involved. And I really like hanging in like the public guilds chat and see everything that happens on the chain. There is so much stuff. So are you prepared for everything that comes with it? Because it's another full-time job to be a block producer.
Yes. Um, yeah,
If you do it
that's
right.
we have some good advantages there. We have as we have an office in Guatemala and one office in the Netherlands. And in the Netherlands, NeftyBlocks was founded by another Dutch company where we are also partners, and that other company happens to be a managed services company. So we already have support guys, we already have DevOps teams, so they help us here. And in Guatemala, we also have an amazing guy. Is Jose's brother. He's really really good with infrastructure. So we also thought this in a way that we can have almost 24/7 support
That's
for our
amazing.
servers.
That's amazing. I think I'm really looking forward to see how that goes, because I remember back when I was involved with Wax, and just at the start, I was like, okay, I need to run my own producer because I need lots of data that I can't get from the public stuff, and but it's so involved, and there's so I find that the information that's out there is so lacking, and I don't know if that's intentional or not to keep the club small, but
Small, yeah.
yeah, but on one hand, it's like they do a lot of stuff to talk about themselves and show a lot of stuff. But on the technical side, I always find that there's a bit of lack of information.
Yes, but on the other hand, you can also approach many of the people
Oh yeah,
who's working with the block producers, and they are really friendly and really supportive. For us, I have to say that without their help, we wouldn't have our nodes configured the way they are configured right now, and they will be, mm, yeah, they wouldn't be as fast as they are right
yeah,
now, and that's thanks to the help we have received from people from other guilds.
yeah, yeah. That is true. They really are a great bunch. Can I ask which
Yeah.
guilds helped you, or don't you want to share that?
We have, for example, EOS Amsterdam. They helped us. They even helped us to check our configuration, and the guy told me this is something you can improve. This is something you can improve. He was very open and very useful.
Yeah.
Also, Dimitri from he's in Canada. He's the one from Bounty Blocks. He also helped us. He said, no, do it like this. And also, for example, Anders. We asked many people, should we apply to become a guild? And many people told us, no, that's extremely difficult, don't do it. And Anders was the first one who encouraged us. Look, guys, you really need it because you are doing
Mm-hmm.
this with the platform. And if you have the knowledge and you can afford to have someone fully dedicated to that, then yes, just do it. So there has been a lot of people who is very supportive and encourages us to keep on doing things. So
Yeah.
I love that about the Wax blockchain.
Yeah, same here. Both from like the public end and the people that are on Wax, like just the people that participate and buy stuff and play the games, but also on the technical and the back end side for the producers. There are lots of great people that help, and it's a really nice club of people. I really have to say that. I was just mainly
Yes,
talking
yes.
about the published information that was really lacking. The community itself and all the people. If I've more than once been told like, oh, do you want me to hop on a call and explain some stuff to you? They're very prepared and welcoming and want to pull in as many people as they can. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a really cool system that we're in.
yeah. I think it's an amazing community.
So about the token, is there anything else that we didn't talk about that you would like to share? I know there's
Well,
Nefty Quest in here in the further away future. That will be a game, or
yes, that's kind of a game we want to do, and the idea with the Nefty Quest is to ask collectors to bring NFTs from different collections to help collections move the primary and secondary market, and then reward people with NFTs or whatever we can think of. And then maybe now that we saw that the cross collections packs were very successful, maybe we can make something that plays together with that.
sounds like a good idea. So
Yeah. So
okay, well, cool. Let me get the date for the drop. It's on the front page, I think, right?
yeah, and it's the 31st of August. That's next Tuesday. So it's really
Exciting
close.
time. Yeah,
Oh
it's
yes.
getting close. Okay. If there's nothing else, then I really want to thank you for the time to talk to me and go over some stuff. It's been fun to have you, and may,
Yeah, same here, Nick.
maybe we should do this again in a bit after the drop to see how it all went and how it's all going with the token.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time. Thanks everybody for
Okay.
watching, and
Thanks, Nick.
bye bye.
Bye.